Hi friends, welcome to my channel, and this is part 22 video on VCP8 Data Center Virtualization 2023. In this video, I'm going to show you how to apply image on VMware ESXi host by using VMware vSphere vCenter server version 8. So why we need to apply ESXi image? So let's say if you are running a older version of ESXi in operating system in your environment, and if you want to upgrade it to latest version, then how you can do it? So basically you can do the clean installation. Either you can do the in place upgrade for ESXi host one by one, but the best way to do, if you are running a larger environment, let's say multiple ESXi host in a single cluster, 10 to 20 ESXi host in one cluster, and if you want to apply or make sure the same ESXi image is deployed on all the ESXi nodes which is running on a single cluster, so you can use the image which is available from the Lifecycle Manager, and you can deploy the same image in all the ESXi hosts which is part of single cluster, or maybe part of your ESXi in VMware environment. So to show you the same setup we are using, which we used in last few videos, the domain controllers, one domain controller, one vCenter server, and multiple ESXi hosts we have. So if I go to my ESXi, you will see here to show you the ESXi, if I click on host and cluster, you will see here I got total 6 nodes. Out of 6 nodes, if I show you the option, okay, so version, if you see the version detail, so I got 3 ESXi hosts which VMware ESXi 8.0.1 and one with ESXi 8.0.2 and one 6.7, one 7.0.3. so now if I show you this cluster and if I click on update, you will see here, so as per my configuration for this cluster, the image which is applied on ESXi version, which is applied as an image in update, so this is the latest one. If you see here, this is the latest one which is available till date from VMware. So if I cancel, you will see this is the image and vendor specific. I'm not using all this. So if you if you see this, 3 out of 4 are out of compliance for the cluster image. So means in the cluster image we have assigned this 8.0.u2 with this particular build number, but all my ESXi hosts which is here are running not non-compliance ESXi version. Only ESXi 04 is running with the compliance one. So if you want to check here, you can see the last remediation result. So I have executed the remediation recently on one ESXi host, so you can see one of the hosts has remediated, which is ESXi 04. So this is only complying. So now if you want to basically check the settings and all, you can do here from edit remediation setting. You can modify before if you want to do it, and last pre-check result is also there if you want to run. So you will see here it's not available right now because we have not executed. So now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to apply this image on my 2 ESXi hosts, which is 2 and 3. So to apply this, the simple process, go here and select your ESXi host and go to action. If you want to remediate all, you can do it from here. So it will remediate all the ESXi 0 within the cluster. So it will apply on all the ESXi hosts, and what it's going to do, running VM will be migrated, host installed, installed with the image, whatever image you have, and then enter to maintenance mode, host will reboot and exit from maintenance. This is a standard way for remediation. So I'm going to do one by one. So I'm going to select my ESXi 3 and action, and then I can go here and run. So if you want to only run the pre-request, you can do that also. So I'm going to run pre-request check once just to show you. So pre-check is started now. Same thing you can do for other also. So if you are running one task within a cluster, then it will not allow you to run a second task. So we need to wait for this basically compliance check for this particular cluster, and once this is done, then we will have the option to initiate other things. So if you see here, no prereq issue found, so means we are good to remediate this server. So this is good. Now if I go here and just click here and remediate, and if you want to remediate also multiple hosts, you can do that. There is the option for stage also. You can put the stage system on staging. So I'll show you what is staging. So if I click here stage, so what it will do, it will stage the host, means it will make sure the host is ready for remediation. So it will download the basically the required ESXi version, and it will keep it ready on the host itself. So if you see here, started compliance check and all, once the compliance check is completed, it will start the staging process for the ESXi. Also you can see here stage cluster is showing and is checking the compliance status. So now finish compliance check is done. Now started compliance check for cluster again, so it will take some time here. Now here you can see started to stage the image on ESXi version ESXi 3. So now what it's going to do, it's going to download the basically the image, and it will keep it ready on ESXi 3 to get it remediated. So once this staging is finished, it will again going to highlight to us, then you can basically go ahead and do the what you call remediation. So now you can see this is good. Now I think this is done. It will take some time. So stage completed, one ESXi host. So this is good. Now if I go here, so you will see a small icon here which says like staging is done for this particular ESXi host. So now if you go here and run the remediation, it's going to remediate the ESXi host. And again, what are the options we have? The same option, and start remediation. So now what it will do, it will basically going to install this particular version on this ESXi host. So it will install 8.0 U2 on this particular host ESXi 3. So this is how we can remediate the image, or you can say the apply image on particular ESXi host. So it's going to take some time to apply the image, and you can see the process is started. So started first, it's always going to check first compliance for the host, and then once everything done, it's going to run again a compliance check to make sure the after remediation host is compliant or not as per image which is assigned to cluster level. So you can see the DRS is started getting the host recommendation for DRS to put enter maintenance mode. So this host is already in what you call maintenance mode, so it will be easy for this host. Go ahead and remediate. So remediate cluster is started. It's showing 5% now. So it will take some time depending on your compute power of your storage server or ESXi host. Is going to take some time. So currently you can see for me it's showing 5%, and if I go here on ESXi 3, you will see this is running. And if you want to check the uptime, you can see the uptime for this 3 number ESXi host, it was 5 hours. So now soon this is going to be reboot post the remediation is done. So if you see here, so on the host level you will not see anything. If you click on image, then it will take you to the cluster image status, and from there you can see the all the status. So now it will take some time, so we have to wait for process to be executed and apply this particular image. So if you click here and you will see here out of host is out of compliance with the image, and if you click on view image, it will take you to the image part. So now if you see the ESXi 4, you can see this is green small tick mark which shows like system is this ESXi host is compliant to ESXi image which is applied to this cluster. So this is good. So I'm going to pause the recording here. Once the remediation is get move ahead, I'll resume from there. So now if you see here, initiated host reboot is done. Now if you want to check, you will see here ESXi version is going to show 8.0.2. so this is good. And also if you see post the reboot, it checks for the compliance of the host image. So it got the image is compliant now. So you will see now non-compliant, it's not showing image. 2 host only it's showing which is not compliant. So 3 and 4 is now image is compliant. So this is good news. And now same method we can use to remediate other 2 hosts also. So I'm going to move this ESXi host from maintenance mode, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to move this all the virtual machines from this particular ESXi host to other ESXi host, and then what we will do, we will perform you can see we will use the option remediate all, and we'll do the remediation for the rest all ESXi hosts at once. So I'm going to put on 3. So now this only left, so I'm going to move this also, migrate. This is our vCenter server, so going to migrate. No, it's saying 4 VMs, we need to check. Now if I click on migrate compute, I'm going to select ESXi 4 here, let's say, and migrate this vCenter server. Once this is done, then we will have our ESXi host 1 and ESXi host 2 free for the remediation. So now this is good. Now if you want to verify check the versions information about the ESXi host, let's verify that too. So click on cluster, and then if I click on host, you will see 2 hosts running 8.0.2 and 2 hosts is running 8.0.1. so this is good. Now we can use the image option to remediate other 2 ESXi hosts also. So just waiting for this vCenter server to be moved on other node, host 4 basically, which we have just started, and then we will remediate all the ESXi. So what I'm going to do, meanwhile I'm going to stage all. So what it's going to do is going to download the image and get ready for the remediation. So to save time, it's going to perform this thing. So now if you see 4 hosts, it says 4 hosts remaining, but we know there are only 2 hosts which is remaining. So it will give the status like compliance check is running, and then it will show you like 2 hosts only need to be remediated. So staging hosts. So stage cluster is started. So now you can see remediate. In this cluster VM replacement is happening. So this is good. Now start as compliance check for this complete what you call the cluster LHO-prod cluster. So it will check, it is going to check all 4 nodes for the image compliance. So it's going to take some time. So now you can see here check for compliance with the cluster image is completed. Now you can see 2 hosts is compliant, 2 hosts remaining. So whatever 2 hosts is remaining, it's going to do the staging. So you can see this started staging image on host 1 and host 2. So this is good. Now it will do all the staging work at the backend, and then we can save time. Once the migration is completed for vCenter server, the host will be ready for remediation. So this time what we are going to do, ESXi 2 I'm going to take put in maintenance mode, which is already in maintenance mode. ESXi host 1, I'm not going to put on maintenance mode, and we will see how it's going to react when the ESXi host is in protection in maintenance mode, and if it's not in the maintenance mode. So both we are going to test now. So wait for some time, it will show you the staging completed, and then we can do further processing on this thing, image compliance. So just waiting for the staging to be completed. So it's going to take some time to finish the staging, and I'm going to pause the recording. Once the staging is finished and this relocation virtual machine is finished, we can resume from there. Okay, so staging is completed now. So now you can see stage completed 4 nodes. So this is good. Now we can go ahead and run the remediation also. So after staging completed, it's going to run, I think, compliance check once again. So we need to wait for some time. Now you can see it's started the compliance check. Once the compliance check is finished, it will give you the option to start the remediation. So this is good. Now I think VM is also migrated. Okay, so now VM is migrated. Now the vCenter is running on host number 4. So this is good. Now we need ESXi to be remediated and 1. So both his host is now free. Host 1 is not in maintenance mode and host 2 is in maintenance mode. So now we are going to see the remediation part. So now if you see here, stage is completed, both are showing stage completed. Here you can see the small icon. Now what I'm going to do, from here I'm going to run the remediate all. So it will give you it will show you all 4 ESXi hosts, because it's going to run the compliance check and make sure the same image is applied, which is selected as a cluster level for the ESXi image. But we know like ESXi 4 and 3 is already remediated, so it will not have any impact. So I accept the terms, start remediation. Now it will start the remediation. So now for the first thing, it's going to check the image compliance status for all the 4 nodes within a cluster. So it will give you the soon it will realize like host 3 and 4 I don't need to do anything, so it will skip them, and rest ESXi 1 and ESXi 2 it's going to do the remediation and upgrade the ESXi version for both the machines. So it will going to take some time for the compliance check. So compliance check is, you can see, at the 30%, and remediate cluster is at 5%. So this is good. Almost done. So 2 hosts are completed. So means 2 hosts are compliant and 2 hosts remaining where it's going to run the remediation. So you can see both hosts is now in maintenance mode, ESXi 1 and ESXi 2. This is good. Now started the installation. Started to install an image on ESXi 1, and same it's going to do for ESXi 2. So it's going to do the installation one by one. So basically the parallel processing is not configured, I guess, that's why it's taking one by one, and it will do the same. So one by one it's going to remediate ESXi host 1 first, and then it will take the ESXi host 2 for image upgrade. So I'm going to pause the recording here. Once the remediation is done for both, we will go there and review our ESXi host version once this remediation is done. So now you can see the host 1 is rebooted, and it's going to take some time to bring the host 1 back, and once the host is back, it will verify the image is correctly applied or not, and then it's going to take the second node, and once the both node is remediated, it will check the final compliance status, and it will say all the 4 hosts are compliant. So it will show you 0 host is non-compliant. So this is good. Started reboot for ESXi host 1, you can see here. If I show you here, this is booting now. This is good. So now host 1 is good, it's back online, and you can see the version 8.0.2. so this is good. Now you can see it out of the maintenance mode also by like update manager has made it out of maintenance mode. So this is good. Now remediate cluster is at 50%, one host is remediated, and now the last host is ESXi2, which is going to be remediated soon. And you can see here started this thing, and it will show you the remediation started soon on the version for required version on ESXi2. So this is good. Now you will see here only one host remaining, which is ESXi02. So it will take some time to start the remediation on second node also. So I'm going to apply here %, so it will show you all the running tasks. Now I started the install image on ESXi2. So soon this is also going to reboot. So you can see currently the version is 8.0.1 and the remediation is started. So once the install image is finished, it will reboot the machine, and finally it's going to check for the compliance, and it will make sure like this ESXi host also having the required version. Now you can see the started to reboot ESXi2. So this is good. So now you can see host takes reboot now. Now we need to wait for a few minutes, depending on the sometimes physical server takes like 5 to 10 minutes to reboot, so we need to stand by to verify the status post reboot. And once that is done, and also this is going to take ESXi host out of maintenance mode, so we need to verify everything good. We need to verify all the hosts are running on the same version and there was no image compliance failed for particular cluster. So let's wait for some time to get the machine rebooted and compliance check. So now it's booting, it's loading the drivers and all. Now the machine is rebooted and you can verify the version 8.0.2. so this is good. Now here the remediation is almost going to be finished. Now the status is not yet responding in vCenter. Once it start responding, it will update the status across the vCenter. So it's still showing one host running. Now if I go to host, you will still see the version is now updated. Here you can see 8.0.2 and now ESXi host is showing in a maintenance mode, which is good. Means the update manager had detected this thing. Now you will see here final started compliance check for ESXi2. So now since this machine is back, now it will check final status that the system ESXi host is compliant as image for the cluster or not. Once it's verified it's compliant, then it will show you here. So now this is done. Now if I show you here, you will see 4 hosts completed, and here all hosts in the cluster are compliant. So this is good. Now if you see here, all hosts is showing compliant. So because we have entered this ESXi host manually in the maintenance mode, that's why the post image upgrade it's not back to out of cluster, so out of maintenance mode. So we need to take it manually. So I'm going to take it out of maintenance mode. So now you can see we got all our 4 hosts with the correct version as per our this image compliance, and everything good. So this is how you can basically apply image on your vCenter cluster level, or you can use the same method to apply image on a single VM or single ESXi host also, which we are going to take in next videos, where I'm going to do the patching and patching or bug fixes going to apply through update Lifecycle Manager only. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos, and if you have any query, any question related to this, you can always post me on my given mail IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.